And we should be recording. Hello, I'm David. These are going to be a series of videos on real estate. So, as I come back into play, here I am. Hello, good to see you. We're going to go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to need to move myself over to this corner. Again, hello. The light should be able to be on. I did check the audio. The audio is going to be fantastic. So, this is going to be hopefully a good, excuse me. Bless me. Excuse me. Well, we are certainly live. Glad we got the allergies out. I'm going to take a sip of my water. Refresh it. So, we're going to talk about real estate a little bit. And here we go. Choose a tone. We go professional. So we're going to research this. We're going to type real estate in. We're going to see what comes up. And we're going to take a look at some of the myths and some of the facts. And we're going to use peer-reviewed research to decipher which is a myth and which is a fact. So let's go ahead and create a copy. All right. So I like some of these outline sections that we can talk about. Prices on the rise, sellers are confident, how to pick a listing agent, why you should make an offer on a house. Let's go with that one first. Oh, you know what? How about this one? How to pick a mortgage lender. So let's go ahead and take that copy. And we're going to go into bullet point paragraph. Professional tone. Here we go. How to pick a mortgage lender. Okay, here's one I think is pretty good. Let's go line by line on some of these and find out what's true and what's not true. Okay, as a borrower, you have a lot of options when it comes to make mortgage lenders. Let's check that out. So I'm going to do Control C for copy. We're going to go into our database of peer-reviewed journals. Let's see what we get. Let's see. Contact, put option, borrow, can put back in a mortgage. Okay. Borrowers for secondary loans have the option. Okay. Borrowers should be ruthless about default. Okay. Mortgage as an options contract in which the borrower can put. Okay. Theory, a borrower may decide to walk away from a property. We were talking about the theory of it looks like a opinion theory of mortgage default. That's talking a little bit about the buyer's options. Borrowers have the option of paying mortgage origination cost. Okay, so let's go back to the actual statement, which I believe was here. Okay, you have a lot of options when it comes to mortgage lenders. And let's go back to see what information we're getting. Provided borrowers when lenders make, housing markets, facing mortgage lenders. This lender has a written put option to the borrower to refinance. And we're looking, and we are seeing where the borrower does have options. We're not really seeing concrete data showing multitudes of options for the borrower when it comes to mortgage lenders. Now, that doesn't mean it could not exist, but since we're not necessarily seeing it as we take a look at some of the most relevant articles, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change some of the wording a little bit. So let's go back to the top. Instead of a lot, we're going to change this to options. Okay. So specifically when it comes to default, there's plenty of options. Borrower can put the mortgage to the lender at a current home price by relinquishing ownership of the house. Again, talking about evaluation of mortgage default characteristics. Let's continue. So this might be something. Epidemiological spreading of mortgage default. So there's a number of these that get closer to our goal, which is to see if this is a proven statement. As a borrower, you have options. Now, it looks like you do have options as far as the data is showing. When it comes to mortgage lenders, which is true. Just this first one right here. So we're going to go ahead and take this article and I'm going to save this article in my database. And I'm going to save it in my specific library so I can continue with the PDF of it as well. It's taking a little bit of time. There we go. Now it wants to save it to my papers. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, well, looks like I am signed in. So I will have to go back and see what's going on here in the next video where I have that straightened out. But for the most part, we do have this as a true statement. So what I want to do is I want to rewrite this to make sure it's completely in my own words. And first we are going to spin it. Okay. Now I like this because it's not necessarily saying I have multiple lenders, but this is a little bit ambiguous, and it is saying that there are options. And that's what I really like and appreciate about this. So we're going to take this one, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in my file. And it is coming along. There it is. And before we wrap that up, I want to grab that article and I want to cite it. I want to show you what you can do with this too. And then we'll wrap up this video. So let's go back here. And the best option here is going to be to it's a powerful data source. I am doing this for the portability of the car, so that's why my phone is acting as the internet. So there might be a little bit of choppiness because recording is going to be coming in nice and clean and smooth, but the speed at which some of these tasks are normally done is a lot faster. So in the future, a lot of these will be done from the house. I'm going to have to take a look at my account in a moment, but we don't delete. It looks like we're having a little bit of a trouble adding this to my library. So we're going to troubleshoot this together because this might be a source that you might want to use when you are building your information about how to add finance information to your library. And there we go. And real estate. Okay, we got our list together. Now go ahead and try to add that article right into our library. And let's take a look and see if it's in there. It might be in recently read. Yep, here it is right here. Now this one doesn't seem to have the criteria we're looking for as far as authors. So it's going to be hard for papers to actually do the citation. Every once in a while I run into this. This is few and far in between. So we're going to go back and we're actually going to choose a different article. So why this was a good one. It's not the only source of legitimate information we can use for that statement. So let's go back. And there's one I like right here. 2019, which is within 5 years, which is great. We do have authors that are listed, so the chances of papers being able to gather the information saves a bit of time. Is very, it looks like it's going to be very smooth. Okay. Now while that loads up, I do want to get the full text document, which I will. Site will capture it, and papers will have it for me. Now I can take this information and now this is in my library. Let's go ahead and add the citation here. Fantastic. Let's go back to the article. I'm going to copy it. Copy. Going back to my document as it looks up. Again, it's doing a pretty relatively great job considering my phone is handling the internet. In the future videos, I will certainly make sure to not put so much of the load on my phone. But for right now, I'm actually pretty pleased with what it's been doing. I'm going to type this in. Boom, right there. And I'm going to need to move myself back to the side. And let's go ahead and put the citation in. I already have this in APA 7. So we should be able to get some information. Now it's saying no known author, no known year. So I'm going to have to go back to, and this is what it's doing to clean up the fact that it doesn't have the author's known location or year. There we go. So it's also giving the reference. Okay. What I would like to do is I would like to take the references. I want to put them somewhere else. And I need to double check on here, and I really need to make sure that I am an APA 7. So I'm going to go back to options. Here we go. Yeah, we're in APA 7. Good. All right, let's go ahead and move on. All right, so getting started, we got some facts already that we can let our clients know when we are talking about real estate, that there are options that is backed. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now this is all pretty good information. I want to see if there's any more. Let's continue. Now this looks like it's something that can be pretty helpful to double check before we know what their options are. We just talked about some of the options. Let's go ahead and check this out, see what it has to say about this. Okay. So we're talking about mortgage lenders and if they can be banks, credit unions, or independent. Okay, that one's not terrible. All right. Now this one talks about credit unions, banks, mortgage companies pulled together as mortgage-backed securities for some investors. Okay. So that pretty much lets us know that they can be used for mortgage purposes. Okay. All right, so this one has a little bit more information. It looks like we actually have a little bit more thorough information that we can use. So let's go back to the first or second one. I really enjoyed I like this third one right here. 2017, that's within about 5 years, which is usually what we aim for. Let me copy it first. Now let's open it. All right, let's go ahead and add this to our list. Now the key here is to give it some time. As we give it some time while this setup gets it ready to put into our database, which I believe is the thing that it really needs, we're going to give it a little bit of time and see if it comes together. Okay, let's look at abstract. We don't want to go into notes. Let's see. We provide evidence that lenders differ incentives, centralized price fault, externalities associated with localization of collateralized debt. So this article will touch on a little bit of what we're trying to use as some of the information in terms to how mortgage lenders can operate. But this article is more about forced asset sales, and it's got some good information that we can use. But for the most part, it looks like we're exactly where we need to be with this. So let me see if I can go ahead and I want to add this to the libraries. And let's take a look at the library. Okay, now for some reason, it's not adding in the authors. This is not normal of this device to not add in the authors. So what we're going to do is we're going to troubleshoot it a little bit. Let's go back to, and I might have to do this off camera, but since we're all here together, let's go ahead and see what we can do about this. This is a really good app, especially when I'm doing real estate with my clients, so that I could really give them the factors. Let's see. How am I get PDF up? Yes, that's what we want. Show sidebar article. Yes. Okay. So let's go to library. Now we don't necessarily need to go to library this many times. I think one of them open is necessary. All right, let's take a look. And it's going to be tricky time getting this to work the way we necessarily need it to work. So what I'm going to recommend doing in terms of this is I'm going to have to come back. Let me try seeing if I can pull up the full text, and then if I can get it from the full text, at least while I'm on the Chromebook. When I'm on the other laptop, it shouldn't be an issue. But let's just see what happens. Okay. Well, looks like that is not working yet, and I'm going to have to come back and give you more information. But for the most part, I'm happy with what I'm seeing from this database of information. There's a good amount of information you can use for mortgages. This talks about the house is a great experience. Even without adding the citations in, we can double check on this, but we already know a lot of this is going to be great opinion, but there is research about some of these things that we can have proof. And the reason we want proof is that we are doing our real estate deals and working with different groups and whatnot. We want them to know that we are coming from a place of data so that they can feel like they're in good hands. They can be in good hands. We want them to know we're looking out for them and we're taking care of them. We want them to know that we understand their concern and maybe frustration, and we are coming with data analysis to help them make informed decisions about what they're going to buy. So as a real estate agent, wholesale agent, or a realtor, you can really utilize a lot of good information from taking information scrubbed from the web using GTE technology. This technology Lana talks about, and also using maybe a research site like this, which is Scite, which can really help you find the true data behind what's going on. You can really have a good option and an opportunity utilizing these two things. You can really do a great job to figure out exactly what the truth is regarding a lot of these subjects and how that truth can be very beneficial for the buyer. So anyway, I hope that helped. Please take the time to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I really had a great time having a session with you, and I hope you take care, and we will see you soon.